yesterday I was doing a stream and I was working on some materials and I was like, what's going on? So what ended up happening was um, the materials weren't loading and I was like, what? This is crazy. Took a break. But I got the materials working. Turns out when I set up the data asset, for whatever reason, it just wanted to pull the stuff from, I needed to do an explicit data asset set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tone this up a little bit. I was going to replace the head, but instead I'm just going to cover the head. You know, it's a little bit lazier, but you know, it should still work just fine. Let's see, is it still working? Look at everything should still be moving.
What's done is done.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's get into Blender. Everything else is looking good. Some of the coloring issues we'll see what's up. Let's see. Get her head wherever that's at. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can use sculpt mode to pull stuff back, or you can use edit mode. I'm going to use edit mode with proportional editing for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the head here, and I'm just going to move it back a little bit. Switch this. I have this set to and I need to make sure I have it set to X-ray so I can grab all of the head. Set this to global. So I'm kind of just moving it. I just want to, probably going to end up having to use sculpt mode. So go to sculpt mode, make sure it's set to symmetrical, and I'm going to make this big and I'm going to turn this down a bit, right? Just gonna pull head back, forward, just try to keep it without stretching it too much and making it weird. This. Starting to split. Oh, I say it's starting to split. See, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna go back here, and that's why I don't like to do that part. So let's use a mode. I'm just gonna grab the front of her face. And then what I'll do is go back in and probably with sculpt mode, I kind of tweak it up a little bit more. Right now, my biggest concern is that the parts that can separate, I don't want them to separate. You know what I mean? Separating a bit. Ah, it's annoying. Okay, so let's hopefully I can go back far enough. I think what I'm actually gonna do is just reload the project. All right, let's reload it and approach this again. There's a couple ways I can approach it now. So let's see, where's her face? Okay, so we've got the head like this. Another way that I can do it is I can go into here and let's look at the bones. I'm gonna use my separator thing here, which is not working for some reason. Oh, because I think that's on the skeleton. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to turn this back to octahedral. Like it. I'm going to hide the bones for her head. All right. And now let's go into here. And I'm going to see if I can just move the head around a little bit. See what I can get. See, I can make the head bigger. So we'll make the head a little bit bigger. Let's my x-ray vision does not want to work these days, and I don't know why. But we're gonna go ahead and just make it. I think it'd be easier to pull the stuff from the back forward. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and go back into pose mode real quick. I wanna make sure that all the bones, except for the one that I changed right now, don't have any movement to them. And I'm going to go ahead and apply the pose. All right, and so what that means is when I actually put this back on here, you'll see like the head change. But I don't really want that head change. So now I'll go back into here. I'll clear it. And so that's the original head change. All right, so now I'm gonna go into sculpt mode again. And this time, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I don't want this skull piece to move, so I'm gonna create a mask. I'll set this to like full. There we go, in these areas. And I believe it's passed through. Yep. So this part of her face, I do not want to move as I position everything else. So now when I move, like if I just grab a big old chunk, the front of the head doesn't really move. So now I can kind of work the other parts a little bit and not have to worry about those parts in particular stretching. but I don't want it to be too far done, right? Because I want the items to still be able to sit on her head. Alright, so I want to make sure the top of the head kind of Alright, and I can't move that front section because I have it pinned down. But I think that should be good enough for right now. I still couldn't save this. Alright, and we're going to save it just right up top of it. I'm going to use this version. And I'm just going to go ahead and re-import it. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now let's see what we can do to work with this. So when I look at this, I like it, but I feel like the colors, for whatever reason, I got super washed out. Like, I'm definitely going to have to redo all of these, right? Because the graphics are just not there, you know what I'm saying? It's a great, like, a fun mod to have. Oh, but I gotta fix the let's fix those leg pieces real quick. Alright, so if I go in here, move the leg, right? Let's do this weight paint. So we're just gonna go, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint more. Actually, I have to smooth that out, I guess. That works good. Oh man, hold on, man. Control Z. When you're doing like opposite legs, we do not want symmetry on. So I'm just adding just a little bit. And for whatever reason, I have some up there I don't need. And I'm gonna pull this away instead of. Oops, I'll just use drag. I'm gonna use the drag, the smudge tool. Kind of smudge this away from that. Just so that line area is a little bit sharper. Smooth this part here. All right. And I like that I do kind of want it to like fold into itself. But let's smooth the transition just a teeny bit. All right, so let's get this one. All right, let's see if the mask is working correctly. All right, so we've got our material here. Oh, how washed out that stuff is. Maybe it's it could be this also. Hmm. Let's try. This stuff isn't working. This stuff is so hit and miss. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna go. It's not changing anything here. Hmm. I need to change it. Alright, so I'm guessing it was the 0, but I'm not sure exactly why. But so we've got color blend working, sort of. I've set that to 1. Then this normal map takes over, but it shouldn't. I think that's the used it in math. So if this is true. Have it as a blend. Multiply, I believe. Up. Let's take a look at this function real quick. Blah 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 blah. That's for my OBD. TSD. It's a multiply. Oh, you know what? And then also, I think because this color, it's pretty light. Let's try this. Instead of using that one, use this one. See what that does. I'm gonna have to fix it so that it's not yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I can go into here. Oh, and then these parts don't really have a color to them because I think that's what the white was supposed to be. So what I should do to make this mask official is that these black parts that I had need to be set to be alpha, right? So let's go to photo P. For the ID. Alright, if I go to the channels, I don't have a alpha channel. But what I need is let's just select wait, what? Why is it invisible? Oh, because I put it on the OBD map. Like, where's my OBD? I just use this, right? Oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay. and this ID map. Let's go here. Let's see if that works. Okay, maybe. And let's make sure this is set to see, but now the whole thing shouldn't be like that. Okay, so this is changing all of it, but it shouldn't be changing all of it. It's still not coming in as in the right type. Why does it have alpha? I don't even know what that says. Shouldn't there be a folder for textures? I thought I had a folder for textures, but I guess not. Okay, this one should work. So now I have an alpha mask. Yep. Okay, this one should work. Alright, so let's grab this new one. See, okay, there we go. There we go. Nice. So okay, so we've got 1, which is blue. Whatever. And then we've got 5, which is black. You're not really gonna see it, so we'll just leave it black, I guess. We've got 9, which I don't know. Oh, it's the bags. Okay. So ideally I would break this up even more because I don't want this piece to be white, you know what I mean? We'll be able to see it if I make it black. But that would give us some coloring. But we do want to make some changes here. So I downloaded all the detail textures from the game. So in this case, let's take a look at the yellow part. Oops, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and type AN. And actually what I probably should do is take a look at them first. And I need to print out a whole sheet of them really because I'm bad at this, but so there's the different patterns that we can use. So I'm gonna zoom in, which you guys can't see, but let's pick a pattern. Let's see. We got a spacer mesh. We'll try that. So let's go back into here and I'll look up the spacer mesh version. Oh, all right. And I think this is for the red parts. And you can see it's got that bumpy already going on with it. So now I'm gonna go to my UVs and just make it something like 20. There we go. Tab and 20. There we go. We got kind of like that meshy feel. Let's make it a little bit smaller. We'll make it like 35. Right, so we've got that there. I could increase the power if I wanted to. Say 3. I don't know if it shows it very well in here because I don't think I did the calculation correctly, but we'll make it at like 1.2 or something like, or 1.5. Right, so we've got some there. So let's go ahead and change the whatever we got for this arm here. Go back to and take a look what we got. Oh, we got this poplin. That might look good. There should be like an iridescent, shiny. It's cotton. That's not what I want. This twill. I don't know what that is. Vulcanized linoleum. Sandblasted. Resin sequined? I don't even know what that is. Whatever, let's go with it. Or matile. Metal, probably. I don't know, I kind of like the Oxford of the poplin as well. Oh, we've got satin. I might just go with satin, just something nice and smooth. Alright, so let's pick we'll set the satin. Alright. Oops, damn it. That's spacer. Where's the satin one? This one I want satin. And it looks like for this one, the base normal map is pretty strong. And so it's kind of like popping through anyways. So it's gonna be a hard one to override. Whereas this one, it kind of like melded with it. I'll put it at like 3, see what happens. I don't know. And I'm willing to bet I can change the what's it called? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make a new map to get more of this stuff working. But let's get this colorable, right? That's the goal. So we've got an ID working, finally. Now let's go to the CI. Alright, CI, we're going to start off with the design index, right? And I guess I don't even actually just have to start with the design index. I'm going to start with the so blind. Hate this. Okay, so we have design assign color array. And with a per material slot. So I only have one material, so I'm going to just click it once. Now this is my first section, and then for the material preview, I'm going to grab that LDP or type. Grab this material. Nice. And then these are the colors, right? So you have your color that you'll set for it. And so these are the colors. Let's go ahead and grab them. And I mean, you don't have to use the ones you already used. You can use brand new ones. It doesn't really matter. But this will be the color that your stuff starts off with. So so essentially these run in ID sets, right? So index 0 is going to be ID 1, and then all the way down to 16. So if I don't add an override, it shouldn't override anything. But the only way to get to 16 is to have them all on the list. So if I want to make them colorable each section, I need to put all 16 in here, right? So what I can do then is just go plus, right, all the way down until I get to 15, because it starts at 0. Go 13. I don't even have to go all the way because I just need really 13, but I'm gonna go all the way anyways. All right, I don't need that one, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I need to delete that. Okay, so we have index 0, 1, oops, right here. Index 0 set. All right, we got our color set. We're not using any pattern. We're not doing any of that. If I remember correctly, I need to set this to, oops, is edit user. This will be slot number 0, will be the first color. I want to say, here, I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, so I have it set so that it's saying is edit user, is enable, and is slot. With the top, I'm assigning the slot. Oh, my screen is so big. Gotta switch resolutions real quick. There we go. So now when I do the magnifying glass, it's gonna make sense for me. Okay, cool. So use slot, the design assign array. This is for the actual colors. I know this is up top. gonna go to 5. I'm just gonna pick like a random color, like I don't care. Just to get it, you know, set, right? We'll set this one to 1. Let's go down to and the purpose of this setup right now is not to make it look good. Seems pretty obvious. Wait, see, 13, 14, 15. Oh no, oh, I got my numbers mixed up. Okay, so it's not 9, it's 8. So, I'll just... To be honest, I don't even think that matters. Alright, so I set it for 9, and that's wrong because it's always 1 behind it, right? So it should be this one. And if this is 9, it's what? This will be 2. I think these are defaulting to nothing, so we'll keep it the way it is. Okay, so instead of 5, it'll be 4. And this will be 1. So 0, 4, 8, and 12. And then I think that should be enough. I'm not sure if I need to put the name at the bottom or not, so we're gonna test that out real quick by not putting the name there. So for these colors, right, I've got design, okay, what did I set this one to be? Just double check. I set the color, let that be 0, and then just all 3. I think. So this would be like slot 1. And I only have, what, 4 colors, so we're just gonna do like do. Oops. I only need, yeah, 4 in the array. So we've got this one, not set. 2 or number 1 or whatever. And this will be 1. I'm going to go down to the very bottom, make sure is as a user all set. And I don't know if you need to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go here and grab the CI name. And you probably don't have to do it, but I don't know. Okay, so I have some new textures that I added, so let me go ahead and add those to my data asset. And I really got to figure out why the folder grab method isn't working right now. I mean, I know that it works because I've used it multiple times. Sometimes it just feels like it glitches, it doesn't work. So actually, let's, instead of, I don't have to add a new one, I just need to replace this one with ID version 3. And I think I'm using the regular albedo. Yes, it's just grayscale. So I can go delete this. Okay, and so if this works out right, then what should happen is that I should have a colorable Deadpool chick that fits the at least the face items and stuff. Boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it right and let this cook. see if it worked. I I don't, okay, yes, set it up. All right, so with the changes that were made, hopefully her face is covering her whole face, right? We don't have any hair popping through. That'd be cool. The leg, I'm hoping his weights should be corrected. And then, of course, is it colorable? You know? So I need to figure out exactly how the pattern color setup works. Hopefully I don't get any crashes. No crashes, please. Looks like we should be good. Oh. And I'm back to having no... Did I not cook it? I thought I cooked it. I could have swore I cooked it. What did I do? Did I not cook it? Or maybe I did not replace it. This is 11:01. This is 11:01. It's 11:07. So I did cook it. Oh, what happened? These are really annoying me. It's like so annoying. Like, alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, right? And I'm gonna delete this one. And I'm gonna just use this one. And maybe that'll be like a quick fix to make sure everything's in there. This engine is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. This shit is infuriating. I swear to God, it is. Ah.
And so on. Check all the boxes, actual control, and within the city limits, within the jurisdiction of the court, blah, 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 all the things.
Like, I feel like I went completely backwards just now.
The legal burden of proof that needs to apply. So Fannie says it's got to be much higher, and so high that the DA either has an actual interest, so not an
what the fuck? Dude, modding sucks so bad. It's just not as, like, all the elements are there, right? I hate it so much. Let me think. What could be the issue? What could be the issue? Small file. Like, here's my material. It's in the pack. What's happening? What's happening? Did I... That's the material. This is the mesh with that material. Got my material here. Let me try to not put that there, maybe. All right, let's try this again. I'm just making a new asset label. see if that's the problem. All right, and we'll do 756. Let's keep it 756 LDP V3, right? Or whatever I type. Yep, okay. All right, so we're gonna set that. We're gonna set this to be priority at 1. Set this to 756. Set this to always cook. Set this to collect the folders. And now I want the IP. And the one thing I'm gonna have to double check is the mesh that I chose. And I'm looking for IP cow. We're using this one. All right, so if I click on this one, this takes me to my LDP version. All right, and if I go to this one, I think, oops, no, this one, this will be my mesh. All right, so that's all looking right. Go to meshes and I click on here. This is saying this is grabbing this SK here. So let's make sure I'm grabbing the right SK. So whenever I did this, right, file export FBX. Let's just do a version 2, right? We'll just do version 2 instead. So we'll do V2, MSL. Alright, so we're just gonna export that. And now, before we do this, let's go ahead and import the new version. The MSL base. What? No. There we go. Turn this off. Why in the world is it just red? I have no idea. All right, because it has the same material name stuff, it should just pick that up. All right, and what I have to do now also is go to the IP that created. Oh, not the iCreate, but the BCI, nope, not the BI. And make sure this one is set to version 2. All right. Let's save everything. And let's cook it again. All right, I have no idea what's happening. Oh, I gotta take a deep breath, figure this one out, but I'm gonna take a break for now.
So it felt like the prosecutors were being
Oh,
prosecuted.
my